Yo, what's going on? I got my SPF on. LU stand up. Now, I'm in the field with track stars right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully, you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing. Holla at me. Out. This is Humble Tip.
Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Okay, so you saw us do the Lecrae review. Thought that was pretty helpful. So we decided to also do one for Triple E. So we listened to the album. I admittedly did not hear the last two songs, but everybody else heard everything. So just as always, your overall impression. Then we'll go over what you wish you could see in the future. And then we'll leave, with what your final thoughts are. All right. So what y'all think?
I'm not starting.
I'll start. From what I heard, I only missed two songs. I thought it was great. I loved the direction he was going in. I prefer this feel, but again, this is personal. I prefer this feel to his older stuff. My opinion.
I don't.
I don't like, again, I said it on the last line for line. I'm not a big fan of the super Christian hip hop. Like, it's fine every now and then, but I love the levels that Gavi hit with the tracks. I thought it was, of course, some of it, people complained that it felt like it sounded like 0 to 100.
Oh, okay.
I thought it sounded, honestly, I thought it sounded better than Anomaly.
No, I don't think so.
I thought it did. I enjoyed it more anyway. But I thought the Manolo song was good. I thought Sweet, whatever those songs were called, were good. I mean, it just had a good feel to me overall, and I thought he did well on the tracks, the song to his son, like all of that. It just felt better to me.
Sweet did remind me of Believe Me, though.
Believe Me, yeah.
By Drake.
But like I said last week, I need somebody to go that direction, because to me, a lot of Christian hip hop sounds super aggressive, let me rap really fast to you type stuff, and I need somebody to go into the bounce lane, and it felt like that more so to me than everything else I've been hearing. So I thought it was good.
That's not the lane I want to see him go in.
You got plenty of stuff.
I want to see him go back to old Trip. That was my favorite Trip.
Nah,
I think one of the things I noticed about this album is that I always it's like whenever a Reach album comes out, it seems like I always re-rank my Reach artists in lieu of favorites. And last year I had Andy at the top, but Lecrae's back at my top with Anomaly. And this album, I'm actually putting it under Andy, but I'm putting Anomaly above Andy. See what I'm saying? So I'm ranking them differently because I like the old Trip better. On this album, I heard a lot of the Anomaly sounding songs, kind of like what is it? Manolo, kind of sound like Dirty Water. Think about it. Think about the beat. Think about the beat.
I am thinking about it.
Think about the beat. You'll hear it. Go back and listen to it.
I promise you.
Can you play it?
I think we'll play it later.
Okay, but then also
I think Manolo kind of remind me of the joint with Lecrae and Andy.
No, because what was the song we were listening to? I think it was Insomniac. I think that sound like Andy and Lecrae more so.
You think so?
Yeah. And I think what it was on Manolo, Lecrae started sounding like Andy did on Say I Won't. Like you could hear the same kind of flow pattern and the same kind of like switch up of the song. It was
maybe that's what I'm thinking about. Say I Won't.
Say I Won't.
Say I Won't sounding more like Manolo will have that same feel to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
I don't think so.
That's good. I'm glad you thought.
I don't hear that.
I think overall the album was great to me. It was really good. Triple E definitely went into another direction, and I think a majority of that was due to one, with Gabi producing. He's a very outlandish producer, so coming at him with different styles of beats kind of switched up how he wanted to attack it. And so I think that kind of changed his creative flow when it came to it. I personally think it's better. I do enjoy old Trip, but at the same time, I enjoy new Trip in that it just more so rides. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily see the similarities. I see the similarities with Anomaly and with Andy Minio's album, but I see those similarities more so because Gavi works for Reach as their producer.
It's the same guy.
And so since it's the same person producing it, the feel is going to be the same because that's his style.
But I think the direction is going. is because of almost Andy's sound is influencing Reach to me personally. Like thinking about like if you thinking about like the song, I'm trying to think of the song off of Heroes, No Heroes for Sale, or not No Heroes for Sale. He had a not Neverland Bit. He had a song where it was like Bitter or Say You Will, like those
EP.
No, not the EP. Talking about the album, Andy's album.
Okay.
Well, his album, he had some joints on there that I feel like they're using more, and maybe because it was more Medina and Garvey doing those beats, but it seems like that sound is kind of defining the Reach sound almost. And like I said, it could be because of the producers who, of course, Garvey and what's the name, which they do an incredible job at what they do. But I think my favorite song, honestly, on the record was You Don't Know. That joint was tough. It come on so rough. Like it's Trip. It's like Trip going back to who he not used to be, but Trip like back in the day. Trip like I like old school Trip. Like You Don't Know. It's tough. And Garvey did his thing on it. It sounds like Trap Trip. It sounds like Trap Trip. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, this thing's tough. So anybody else go?
Well, I just want to say I think that the album sounds really good. Honestly, I think I missed about 3 tracks myself, but I think that it sounds really good, really progressive. I think that he'll capture a larger audience with this particular album. So although I enjoyed his music in the past, I think that this album kind of takes it to the next level. And I mean, as artists, you have to grow anyway. So I feel like it's a good direction for him to grow in and capture more people, reach more people, and just spread the word with it. So I think that it's awesome. And my favorite track definitely is Insomniacs. So it's in my car just going nuts. I almost ran over a couple people with it. So.
What I love about this album, actually, more so than Anomaly, is that I feel like this album does a better job of taking you on a journey, and the tracks are a lot more diverse to me. And so that may be kind of what you were alluding to. I mean, it literally tracks go from one extreme to the other, but it flows. Like literally, the intros and the outros, the transitions between the songs take you on a journey, and so I appreciate that.
All right, let's hear from the critic, Mr. Hard Nose.
Oh man, I got it. So the album itself, I mean, the whole thing, I love it. My favorite track is probably the shortest. That's Something New. I mean, that was hot. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was a little intricate trip, but I was like, no pun intended. But at the same time, like, I felt like it was too short. Like, I was like, man, did he only write one? Like, was it only intended for?
I was surprised it didn't say interlude next to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you notice that it was 1 minute and 16 seconds?
Oh, there you go.
Actually 17.
On iTunes, it's 1 minute and 16 seconds.
I say so.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry, but go ahead.
That's a good catch though.
That was neat. I didn't think about that. Light song. Actually, I could probably listen to that song for the rest of my life. You know how people say, like, if you could go on an island, you can only take one song. If I can only, I'm hope he hears.
I didn't like that song.
I love that song from the beginning to the end. That would be.
But you got a weird ear though, right?
I do have a weird ear.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not down south, if it's not hidden, I'm not giving it too much.
I'm telling you, you don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, I heard that, but I'm talking about Insomniac. Like it came on.
That was hot.
I was like, hey. Here we go.
For y'all don't know, Ryan Righteous love trap type beats and fast rapping.
I do.
So if you want to win in line for line, you have to add some of those songs here.
Yeah. You got to put a little bit of Waka Flocka in there to get my ear.
How y'all feel about Lazarus? I felt Lazarus sounded like something on Man Up.
I didn't like the hook.
I didn't like the hook.
I like the hook.
I like the sample.
But I thought it was good overall. So,
you liked it better than Anomaly?
I did actually.
Really?
I did.
It's a beautiful album.
I think I like the feel of Anomaly. I think I like the fact that Lecrae is just different on Anomaly, and I was excited about that.
I think Lecrae has more options to get more production because they know who Lecrae is. Like somebody like a S1 or like a Knife Wonder can give a beat to Lecrae because he knows who Lecrae is.
Yeah.
Versus like some other people on his label. Not saying he's saving the best beats for himself. Just saying that, like, people could be like, I don't really know who Triple E is. I know he's down with Lecrae, but I don't know who he is. So should I give him a beat or we don't even know if Trip want to take a beat from somebody.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strategic decision. Yeah. That's not an accident to get Gavi to do the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know how I would love to. I don't think he would ever tell the truth, but I would love to hear what he thinks about the direction to reach. Because he makes decisions. No, seriously, he makes decisions that don't 100% line up with everything else. Trip.
Yeah, I mean.
So I don't know. I don't know what he would say. But probably the right thing.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say the biggest direction he kind of came out and co-signed on when he said, "I'm not a Christian, not a Christian rapper."
But yeah, he always seems to have an idea of what he wants to do on his own. He doesn't seem too swayed by everything else around him. But Gavi killed it, man. For one producer to do an entire album, it felt like it moved around. It didn't feel like one dude was doing everything. I thought he killed it, honestly.
Yeah, he did.
I will say this. After hearing Ciara tell me about the testimony of the album, I really felt a deeper connection with the project. That was deep. I mean, to find out that he's going through that and he's now ready openly to share about that was crazy. Does everybody know that situation? Can you read the article, right?
Briefly.
Okay. So basically, what's going on is that for the last 7 years, he has been dealing with a fatigue issue where he only can stay awake for 6 hours out of the day.
Wow.
So 18 hours out of the day he's sleeping, basically. And he talks about how it creates problems in his household with his children and his wife. And I mean, I would imagine just being an artist, you know what I mean? Like, you go on tour and they're not seeing him, but for the time he's actually on stage. So I mean, I think that's really crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. It's like one of those things where when Ciara finally told me about it, or she told me about it on the way up, I was thinking, that's one of those things you never think about. You never think about having a handicap like that, you know, where you have a issue that no one else in the world is really dealing with, and they don't know you're dealing with it. I mean, but then you put yourself in that person's shoes, and the thought, that's hard to carry.
Can you guys fill me in on, I know there was a period where he said he was finna leave the game and focus on being a pastor and stuff. Can anybody fill me in just on his journey with that and like what brought him back?
Well, no, Ciara was telling me that one of the things he mentioned is that because of his disorder, it would have taken him too long to go through school.
Oh, so he didn't get...
He didn't finish.
Okay,
yeah.
But he is a preacher.
He is a preacher, yeah. Part-time, right?
He wouldn't be full-time because it was going to take off too much.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he wasn't going to be full-time because it was going to take off too much. So he said that if he had done it full-time, that the album would have been 10 years. It would have taken 10 years. So he went ahead. So he's like part-time minister.
Okay. Yeah, man. So he did his thing. You know, he did what he wanted to do. But all right. So,
but I think we keep forgetting that they got history together. Him and Gavi, like going back to the music and the collaboration, they got history together. I mean, you think about Superstar, G Styles, who's G Styles, Gavi. Like, I mean, those type of records that trip. Like, just remembering us doing Line for Line with him and Wayne, and just thinking about, you know, just that Superstar track was good. You know what I'm saying? So I think they work very well they get together. I think just my impression of the album, it is a very good album. I just think, man, like they're good at they're really good at packaging it. Because I think at the same time, I think we kind of pull away from that as well. The art of the album, how it looks, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time,
I got no money.
No. What I'm saying, but at the same time, you got to look at stuff too. Because I remember years ago, that was our conversation. Was like, yo, that looks kind of whack. That looks dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things, all that takes part of an album being packaged and ready to the world. So seeing his album, and like, to me, when I first saw that cover, I was like, oh, that's tough. Of his face and the branches, like being the vine and the tree. Oh, that was tough. So I think you gotta give credit to everything too. The music is always going to be good and dope, man. You know what I'm saying? But the whole packaging of the album was dope.
All right, so what are we saying we wish we could have heard on this, and possibly what we wish we could have seen, what we would like to see in the future from Trip?
Old Trip, come back.
Okay. You don't even know she wanted to say anything. You just hand her the mic.
No, I mean, it's kind of like line for line, I guess, going around.
That's cool. Just to see him continue in the direction that he's going now, just
So
continue
the opposite
to elevate.
of him.
Yeah, the opposite, pretty much. Continue to elevate, and just do what he does and spread the word.
I kind of like more so of more chill tracks, because this one had a lot of turn up. Like, I could go in this whole album and just jump around. I would like some more laid back tracks from Trip.
Hip hop.
I don't know. I would love to see him to continue to go in this direction, and then I guess I would also love to see stronger hooks. I'm a hook person. Like, I love when stuff is etched in my brain after the first listen, because that's what keeps people coming back. So,
I would say what I would like to see more from Trip is there's no pun intended, reach out to other artists that's not in your familiar circle that you may
Trip,
think,
that's true. I don't see him on a lot of others.
Yeah, that you may like, and you like, oh, they dope. You know what I mean? I would like to, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think that's just, I think Lecrae does that very well. Like, if he likes somebody, and if he's convo with them, he'll record with them. You know what I mean? He'll give those things, and I think I would love to see more features with him besides people that's in that circle of 116, and that they kind of quote unquote have a repertoire with or have some type of relationship with. And then also, man, I think I would like to see him I like. Honestly, to me, Trip is my favorite artist, because he represents that East Coast. He has an East Coast mentality of rapping, but he's a down south dude. You know what I'm saying? So I get that from him. So I think that's what I like about him. So I think that, to me, that's it. Just more collabs, and then also just I would like to see him. I don't know, man. I think Trip, I like Trip, man. So I really can't say. I just say collaborations, more collabs outside the circle.
I would say what Maya said about the hooks, man. As far as this project, I feel like that's his weak point, because lyrically, man, verses, he got it. But at the same time, I listen to a track like Manolo, and it's it get me jumped. But it's I was saying to my wife, I was like, you know what? Listen to Manolo, and if it wasn't Trip, it was somebody completely else. If you didn't know who it was, would you still like it? And I was like, no. It was just absent. But other than that, I mean, just the continue of honesty, man. I love his honesty on this album. Trip Lee, opening up about his thorn in the flesh, basically. Even on the Sweet Victory or whatever, calling it, his thorn in his flesh. That's real. They'll preach. And it's because of that, I feel like that song can really minister on a greater level than a lot of Christian hip hop. So even for Trip on his next project and every other Christian hip hop artist, I want to see more honesty. I want to know who you are. I want to know what your testimony is.
I don't think I got anything, man. I thought it was good. Like I said, I enjoyed listening through it. I guess I could echo what everybody else said. I did notice that, Trip, it would be nice to see him on other people's stuff. And more, tell your story. He alluded to stuff, but actually hearing what you think about your life, allowing us to hear that is powerful. And all of these artists, I would love for them to get away, forget people like Ryan and get away from the turn up stuff and just be honest on music. That, to me, that impacts me more than just boom, boom, boom. Because once that song is over, you will never listen to it again. But a song that really speaks to you, you'll listen to that for your rest
Honestly,
of your life.
I think it's the opposite. I think people listen to turn up music to get them pumped and ready for stuff, and then they listen to those other stuff when they chilled out and relax, or if they just doing something around the house and they letting the album ride. So the turn up is I'm about to go, we're about to go play some type of sport, or I'm about to go chill out with my friends. I need something to bounce.
When's the last time you listened to Trip Lee's old album?
I listen to it regularly. I do. I'm serious. I got it right here on my phone.
You listen to his old album regularly?
Talking about The Good Life? Or are you talking about 2020? Oh, no, I don't listen to
Between Two Worlds?
So what I'm saying is that, to me, it's fine to have those turn-up stuff. You actually have to have it. But to me, I want to hear something that like makes you go like, whoa.
Well, I told you, I think I like The Good Life better than this new album.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the Good Life was just.
I don't.
But
I don't.
Oh yeah, that's cool. The Good Life to me was a feel good. I mean, he had the song with Jimmy Needham, right? So he had some different artists. He had Susie Rock or Natalie Lauren on the project.
Yeah, did you check
I heard
the track with the
yeah.
talking about like porn, basically? Like he was
Yeah, I did.
Like, that was real.
But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like he had a lot of diversity in the last album, and I enjoyed that. But for me, I'm just still kind of like, if I'm saying that the album was like 100% for me, it was Anomaly, and I'm probably using Anomaly to judge everything else. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well, that's it. Let us know what you guys think. Give it your rating as well. You in the field with the Track Stars. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Ryan Righteous.